Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below, your direct purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on our channel or on our website. Reach out to me at tmosso at thewatchbox.com. Today, we are discussing a model that launched at Basel World 2016. This is the Blancpain 50 Fathoms Bathyscaphe Gray Ceramic, a combination of gray and blue ceramic. The timepiece is 43 millimeters in nearly indelible, that is, scratch-resistant ceramic, 13.9 millimeters thick and 49.6 millimeters lug-to-lug. The timepiece is 23 millimeters between the lugs. Now, it wears more easily on the wrist than a standard 50 Fathoms 50-15 because it's a 43, not a 45. It's thinner by about a millimeter than the standard watch, and in ceramic, it is very, very light. So on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, this is probably the 50 Fathoms that I would buy, this or the titanium 50-15. Light, low enough to fit underneath most cuffs, comfortable, and sized properly for a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters circumference. Now let's take a look at the hardware and the software. This is where Blancpain gets special marks. Refinement and attention to detail. Navy blue strap, sailcloth, almost impossible to tear or fray. Folded edge, monotone stitch, a rubber underlay for supple feel against the skin. The coarse material by itself would be rather aggressive. And then there is a lovely matching gray ceramic satin finished pin buckle that's both the pin and the buckle. So this component, which is normally just a piece of PVD, titanium, or steel on most ceramic watches, is also scratch resistant ceramic where you need it most. The parts that are disfigured while desk diving. The case, rock hard in ceramic, is rather simple in its design, as the reference 5000 Bathyscaphe has always been a little bit more pared back and pared down compared to the 50-15. So you have a vintage-inspired, minimally beveled, squared-off lug profile, a 1950s-inspired big crown, no crown guards here, simplicity itself, and an easy crown to actuate with wet, sweaty, or gloved hands. Now, the bezel is made of ceramic, and then it has a blue ceramic insert rather than the sapphire crystal cap of the 50-15. Now, let's hear the bezel as we turn it. It's fairly crisp, 120 clicks, and I would go so far as to say it's a little bit more mechanical than the bezel on the 50-15. It's chunkier in the hand. Now you line up that luminescent pearl with the minute hand. You have an impromptu 0 to 60 minute count-up timer that I actually prefer to a chronograph because it's easier to read. Diving bezel. You have baton-style hands with syringe ends. You have invert dimple, individual applique indices for the hours, and then a blue sunburst from center with a loomed seconds hand and a matching monotone blue date disc. Turn it all over. You have a bit of a masterpiece from the folks in Les Brassus, caliber 13-15, but different here than on the standard 50 Fathoms because this example features a silicone hairspring and 6-position adjustment rather than ferrous and 5-position. So you have the same anti-magnetic qualities as the standard watch, but with an open display caseback thanks to the silicone, a free-sprung architecture for shock resistance. It also beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and it features both stop seconds and a quick set date. You could see that free-sprung architecture. All the adjustments are performed using variable inertia or variable polar moment nuts on the wheel itself. Now you can see adjusted in 6 positions. This is a high horology movement. The chronometer standard is 5 positions. 6 positions is above and beyond, and it gives deviation no place to hide. Pivots on 35 joules, and it is a 3 mainspring barrel automatic movement. So 120-hour power reserve, and you can see the details of the high horology finish, a handsome spiral satin across the bridges rather than a rote Côte de Genève. You'll note there's a mirrored bevel on the edge of the rotor itself with double finishing in the form of satin and media blasting on the top. Black polished screw heads, and you can see how broad is the beveled anglage on the edge of these bridges. It is so broad, glinting, and gleaming that you need not buy a loupe to appreciate the finish. The wheels all feature satination, including a lovely solar spiral on the ratchet wheel itself. It's a beautiful looking high horology movement derived from the 13 RO dress watch ultra haute de gamme caliber, and this is a high horology sports watch. 300 meters water resistant, mechanically identical to the 50-15. This is the Bathyscaphe Gray Ceramic. And we're back with the Bathyscaphe Gray Ceramic by night. Note all 3 hands loomed. Every dive watch should have that.